Welcome back to Saving Sweet William, where this week we'll be asking what is the cost of living in Greece, and we're going to be providing answers on what it costs us to live here. Today we'll guide you through everything from property taxes to utility costs. So whether you're planning a Greek island house renovation like us, or just curious about prices in Greece, stick around for the full breakdown. Let's start with the Enfia property tax. This is an annual tax applied to all property owners in Greece and is calculated based on the property's size, location and other factors like age and floor levels. If your property is worth over €400,000, there's a supplementary tax that increases the overall cost. From our experience, owning a plot with a reasonable sized garden and a house with a footprint of around 75 square metres, the tax works out at around €150 per year. Let's move on to electricity costs. On average, electricity in Greece costs around 14 cents per kilowatt hour. Our last quarterly bill showed we used 1,460 kilowatts over the summer and came in at €211. They also charge standing charges, which are added to the bill, which bumped us up by around another €80. Energy costs can fluctuate based on usage, so it's important to manage your consumption. Most of our bill over the summer would have been from using the air conditioning, which we had running in pretty much all of the rooms while we had guests staying with us. Water costs in Greece are quite affordable, with average monthly bills ranging from €15 to €40, depending on your location. If you don't live in a tourist area, you'll almost certainly find yourself with water rations during the summer months. If you find yourself running out of water during this time, which you may well do, you can have the tanks filled by a mobile water truck for around €60. And for those of you using a septic tank, expect to pay around €100 to have it emptied, usually once or twice per year. Now, having gas on a main supply is fairly rare unless you live in an urban area, so the chances are you will need to buy bottled gas to cook with, which will cost around €20 for a 10 kg bottle. Now, these can easily be refilled at some hardware stores and petrol stations. For those using logs to heat your house during the winter, a pallet of wood costs around €100, and this will typically last you all of the winter, depending on your usage. So rubbish collection is a big talking point where we are in Zakynthos. A lot of residents have their own systems in place to clear excess waste, and rubbish collection costs can vary depending on your arrangements and who you know. Currently, we opt to use the government provided green bins, which are emptied periodically, and if you move here, you'll find that waste disposal is a really big talking point in Greece. When it comes to fuel prices, as of October 2024, petrol costs around €1.80 per litre and diesel is around €1.50 per litre. These prices obviously fluctuate, but they're still relatively manageable. Now, we still have UK mobile phones, so we have no direct experience of this, but for mobile phone contracts, expect to pay anywhere between €15 and €40 per month, depending on your data usage and the call plan you choose. The main providers in Greece are Cosmote, Vodafone and Nova, with Cosmote generally offering the widest coverage, although there are still black spots, especially in remote areas. Finally, let's talk about the internet. Now, standard landline internet costs around €25 to €40 per month, but for those in more remote areas, Starlink internet is an option. Standard Starlink is currently priced around €40 per month, while the Starlink Mini, a fully portable package, costs around €90 per month, providing high-speed satellite internet where regular broadband is unavailable. Now, bear in mind, all of this is just our experience. If you have any experience you want to add, please drop it in the comments below. I'm sure it'll be really useful for other people who are thinking about moving to Greece, and it's always great to hear from you guys. But there you have it, your complete guide to what it costs us to live in Greece, from property taxes to internet costs. We've covered the key expenses that you're going to face. Overall, we've found that living in Greece is much cheaper than living in the UK, especially when it comes to everyday costs like utilities and fuel. If you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out our previous video by clicking here. This is about the cost of food in Greece and how much we spend. We're going to dive into grocery prices and show what we typically spend on groceries in Greece. You might also want to explore our playlist about owning property abroad that covers all of the expenses involved in living in Greece. But for now, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Saving Sweet William for more insights on living and renovating in Greece. Thanks for watching, hope to see you soon.